video, I'm going to be talking about how to make and save money as a teenager. This video is actually sponsored by Amex, and I am now an Amex ambassador, so I can talk to you guys about all of my tips on how to save and make money. Over the past couple of years, I've had a lot of experience with this, so I'm super excited to share with you guys all of my tips and all that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Okay, so starting off with my story. I've been making my own money since I was 12 years old, and this all started with Elbells apparel. I don't know if you guys have heard my story on that. If you haven't, I actually made a video on it, so if you want to hear more details about it, just click the I, stop the screen right here to watch that. But essentially this was a pop-up clothing store where I sold graphic t-shirts and shorts and sweatshirts and other things like that. It was only open for about 9 months, but I ended up having hundreds and hundreds of orders, and even though it was very time consuming, I did end up making a lot of money from this. I'd already started my YouTube channel at this point, but once I closed down Elbells apparel, I started to get a lot more into it, and as my channel grew, I got more ad money, and also I started getting brand deals and sponsorships and ambassadorships and stuff like that. Yeah, that is how I've been making money since I was 12 years old basically, and clearly I'm still doing YouTube, so that is my main source of income right now. Now, of course, in order to spend your money responsibly, you need to actually make money too. As a teenager, this can be super hard with school and extracurriculars and just the whole social aspect of being in high school or middle school, but here are a few of my tips on how you can make your own money. So probably the most common way that teenagers do this is by getting a summer job. Now, this would only be for 3 months out of the year, and you don't have to worry about school getting in the way of that because clearly you're going to be on summer break. Having a summer job will allow you to earn a steady paycheck even if it is only for a couple of months, and it is a huge step towards financial independence. Not to mention, it can also just be a really rewarding experience. So some examples of summer jobs would be working at an ice cream shop, a job in retail, being a lifeguard at a pool, or even just the classic camp counselor job. However, if you're looking for more of a long-term thing, there are also a bunch of things that you can do year-round that are a bit more flexible with your extracurriculars and school. One example of this would be babysitting. You can really just ask around your neighborhood or see some family friends and need someone to watch their kids, maybe on the weekends or after school some days. It's a pretty flexible job in that you can really work it around your schedule, and also you're most likely going to get paid by the hour and in cash, which is pretty convenient. Similarly, you can also see if anyone in your neighborhood needs a dog walker or a dog sitter. This is also a pretty easy, not too demanding job. If a family in your neighborhood works a lot, you can just offer to walk their dog when you get home from school, and you can get paid in cash for that. Or if a family in your neighborhood is away for the weekend, you can just go over and walk the dog and feed them and all that kind of stuff a couple times throughout the day. Not too demanding, and once again, you'll most likely get paid in cash. Another year-round job you can do is tutoring. If you're someone who is very academically inclined, or you're really strong in a specific school subject, you can just ask around your school to see if anyone needs help with that subject. Or there are also websites where you can actually sign up to be a tutor and just tutor people through like Skype or email. Another way you can make money year-round is to turn your hobby into a job. Now, this is basically what I've been doing to make money. Like with Elbells apparel, I liked fashion and making clothes, so I decided to sell them. And with YouTube, I like making videos, and I'm making money off of that right now. Basically, anything you like to do, whether it's making something or a service, you can sell that to people and make money from that. You can advertise your business through social media or local ads, and depending on what you want to sell, you can either do it online or locally. There are a ton of options for this and so many possibilities. For example, if you like taking photos of people, you can create a photography business and offer to take people's senior portraits or wedding photos and things like that. Okay, so now on to how to save your money. It's really important to use the resources around you to educate yourself on financial responsibility. So talk to your parents about how to create good spending habits early on, so that way when you get to college, you're confident on how to manage your money. A big part of financial responsibility is knowing when to spend your money and when to save it. You don't want to go off as soon as you get your first paycheck and splurge it on something huge that you don't really need. So here are some ways you can make sure that you are being financially responsible as a teenager. Talk to your parents about adding you to their American Express account as an additional card member. I've recently been asking my parents more about credit cards, and since they're American Express card members themselves, they told me about the additional card membership. It's really a great tool for you to learn how to start using a credit card responsibly, but still under your parents' supervision. So once it's time for me to get my own credit card, I will definitely consider this with my parents. Another tip I have for saving money is to always give yourself your own allowance and differentiate spending money versus saving money. So whenever you get a paycheck from whatever job you do, just set some of that money aside and tell yourself you're not going to spend it, and then the money that's left over, you can spend it more in increments so you're not splurging on anything you don't need. Another tip I have is to keep track of what you're spending. I've always found that when I'm looking more closely at what I'm spending, I end up spending a lot more responsibly, and I'm really able to see what I need to cut back on and what I can do differently to save more money in the future. Spending can really add up whether you realize it or not. You probably are spending more than you realize, but if you're keeping track of it, it can really allow you to put it all more into perspective and just kind of have a better idea of where you are financially. Doing this is really a huge step towards financial responsibility. Also, if you are an additional card member, you can actually keep track of all your spending through the Amex app and a monthly statement. So that is definitely a really helpful tool if you choose to take part in that. My next tip would be to save as much as you can when you're spending. If you're a student, there are actually a lot of places that will give discounts to people with a student ID, so maybe do some research and find out what local stores and food places will accept that discount. Also, if you find that there are a lot of restaurants that you go to really frequently, take advantage of any reward system they have for frequent customers. You may not even realize it, but it could end up saving you a lot of money. At the end of the day, as a teenager, the most important thing you can do is talk to your parents about how to create financial responsible habits early on that will set you up for life. They've probably been through it all, and it's always a good idea to get financial knowledge firsthand. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have a link for more information down below if you want to go check that out. Also, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel down below. I post new videos every single Saturday. I also have an Instagram and a Twitter, both at Ella_Elbells. So go ahead and follow me on all of those, and I will see you guys soon.